Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am doing another plan with me and I'll be using a kit from Jolly Sticks. So before I get started, I again wanted to show you how this week that I'm currently in is turning out. This week turned out nothing like how I planned it, which is life of a mum of a baby, I guess. I know I hinted that I would have to ring the doctors because before I was hoping to ring the doctors to sort out my son's review regarding all of his milk and formulas and all of that stuff. Turns out he was actually poorly anyway, so I had planned to ring the doctors on Monday. Turned out I actually went to the doctors on the Tuesday. Tuesday was supposed to be the day that I went back to work at my family business, but that obviously didn't happen, so the go to the post office part was cancelled. So I ended up going to the shop on Wednesday, and then everything kind of just, I don't know, fell apart from there, really, I guess. So this isn't as filled out as I would have liked it to be, and a lot of the stickers don't really make an awful lot of sense anymore, just because, well, things changed and I kind of just had to adapt and do as much as I could when I could. So yeah, a lot changed. So a video was supposed to be going out on Wednesday, but because of everything that happened at the beginning of the week, that never happened. I was supposed to film yesterday, but that didn't happen, so I am again filming on the Friday. And quite frankly, I'm starting to think that Friday film day is actually not a bad thing, so I might just from now on plan Fridays to be plan with me days. I don't know, it just seems to make sense that way. So I'm going to switch over now to this week. So yes, this week is January the 16th to the 22nd. And as I said before, I will be using this kit called Winter Nights by Jolly Sticks. I only have the mini kit, so of course I will need to bring out a lot of stickers as I use a lot more checklists and things like that. So I really like this kit. The reason I've chosen this kit is because according to my weather app, now how much I believe my weather app, I do not know. I have very little trust in my weather app, but according to my weather app, we're forecast snow next week. So I thought if I use a snowy kit, then perhaps the universe will listen and it will have to snow because I've planned it to snow. I really like snow, if you can't tell. So that's my thinking. If I've planned for it to snow, then it has to snow, right? I don't know if it's going to work. Perhaps it won't. Who knows? I'll try. So I am going to have to bring out, yes, a lot of stickers from my sticker books, as well as venture into my washi drawer and choose a washi strip for the top. Although saying that, I probably should have started with my sidebar like I usually do, because that would have just made a whole lot of sense, wouldn't it? So I don't know, I'm here now. What I might do is actually bring out and open up this washi kit, washi tape I should say, sorry. Now this, if you cannot tell, is a washi tape from the Copy Monsters Co. And I bought this, God, this is taking me back. I bought this either the last birthday bundle, it might have been the birthday bundle before. Oh goodness, now I can't remember. Anyway, I bought this in one of her birthday sales. And as you can tell, I haven't even opened it yet because, quite frankly, I'm terrible at remembering that I actually have a washi stash and therefore do not use washi as much as I should, or as much as I would like to. Today, or at least this year, I'm going to change that. So here's the edge. It doesn't 100% match the kit. It is a lighter blue than the kit is, but quite frankly, it is very, very cute. And I like very, very cute things. So, I'm hoping I can make it work. I always feel like I need to apologise if you can ever see my head when I'm filming and I'm leaning over. I hope you don't, because well, I mean, I always get a bit, I always feel like I have a bit of FOMO if I'm watching a video and someone else is leaning over it and all I can see is their head, and I'm like, I can't see what you're doing. I don't really have an issue with it, I just get FOMO. It's an issue with myself, really. There we go. So there's one side. Then let's do this one. Although I did just rip the corner of that, but that's fine. Oh, there we go. Although, as I said before, although it doesn't quite match the blue, oh no, that was terrible, the blue of the kit. The blue itself and the gradient that goes from blue to white does, for me, does scream a wintry sort of vibe, so I'm hoping I can make it work. Right, now that's done, I'm going to flip this over and let's start with the sidebar. Oh, I need to do date cover as well. I forgot that this kit has dates. I am going to keep everything the same. So far, sidebar has been working for me fairly well. I think so. I think I am. I've only ever had to go back and, you know, fill it in because I missed a day once this week. But I did it like the following days. It's not like I went back 3 weeks after and filled it in. It was something that was still relatively fresh in my mind. So I don't know, I do think it is working, and I am pretty proud of myself for using my planner so far every day. Yeah, okay. So, just making sure that I did remember it was the 16th, even though I did just say that to you guys. But I have very short-term memory at the moment, it seems, so there we go. I will come back to that sidebar, I promise. Okay. Anyway, so whilst I am just doing all the boring stuff, I will talk you through the highlights and the not so highlights of this week. So it started off as a not so highlight, having to take my son back to the doctors again, because I was worried about some of the symptoms that he was showing after being poorly with scarlet fever. I have very mixed responses. Okay, I have mixed feelings about what the doctor said. The doctor I spoke to was pretty dismissive of how I felt. He definitely gave me paranoid mother syndrome, which I didn't really appreciate because I've had that a lot since he was born. And so far, whenever I've been worried, I've had a reason to be worried, and you know, one of those cases, it ends up in life-saving surgery. So I kind of wish the doctors were not so blasé about everything, because I am trying my hardest to trust my instincts. I mean, that the morning that I went to the doctors, I said to my mum, he's been doing this symptom a lot and I'm not sure how I feel about it. And she was like, yeah, you probably should take him. So I called the doctors for an emergency appointment, and I said, yeah, look, this is not right. Did they listen? No. But I tried. He just told me it was just a thing. He didn't believe me at first. One of the symptoms, he didn't believe that it was happening, which I thought was a little rude, that he just, because my son didn't do it exactly as he cued and asked for it, Like, my baby's 10 months old. He's not going to do stuff on demand when you ask him to. And yeah, just because he didn't do that doesn't mean that he doesn't do it. And yeah, so I got a little bit upset that yet again, just kind of being pushed to the side. So I've said to him that I asked him how long I should leave it. He didn't really care. So I've told him that I'm going to give it another week, and if it is still happening, despite what the doctor says, I'm taking him back because, as I said, I don't feel comfortable just leaving my son doing odd things. So that is a bit of a mixed reaction. I am hopeful that it is just a phase that my son is going through. Just a bit of context. What he's doing, his symptom is that he's hitting his head a lot. He's shaking his head a lot, and he's tugging at his ears, which to me sounds and appears like classic ear infection or like migraine headache syndrome. And the reason I'm concerned is because after scarlet fever, if your baby gets ill regularly after it happens, and one of the key things to look out for is ear infections, it could mean that the scarlet fever has caused some sort of underlying issue, which obviously would need to be resolved with further medication and things like that. So that's the reason why I am a little bit worried, because when my son did have scarlet fever, he wasn't showing any other symptoms. He was just showing the rash, and he was tired. Nothing else. But it's only until he's actually recovered from the scarlet fever is he now showing other signs of other things that are wrong with him. So my concern is that this is something unrelated, that it is something different that has happened because his immune system is low. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah, I'm confused nevertheless, and I am concerned nevertheless. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm just finding some habit trackers because I've just realised that the kit doesn't have any, but I have got some now. So I need 3 habit trackers, one for my asthma pump, one for my vitamins, one for study, or just, learning something new every day. There we go. And let's go for this dark blue one. Okay. Like so, and I do believe it's just a full box underneath that, isn't it? Yes. Okay, cool. So that is one of the highlights of last week. Another highlight was that Wednesday was a super productive day for me. I woke up feeling really happy. I had a really good day. Just had a really good day all round. I had a really good time playing with my son. Obviously went back to doing orders that day after Christmas break, and it was really fun, and I got a whole lot more done than I thought I had, and I did it a lot quicker than I thought I would. So that put a massive spring in my step, that I achieved that really quickly. I will come back, I think, and put the mood tracker in once I find it, but until then I'm just going to start setting up the rest of my spread. So yeah, Wednesday was a massive day, a really good day. Other things, the other thing which was spread out across the whole week was that on Monday I was proofreading and finishing off. Oh, I should have popped that one there because I've only got 3 of these boxes, not 4. Is this gonna rip? Yep, it's gonna rip. Okay, I'll do it on Thursday and Saturday then. Anyway, so on Monday I was proofreading and editing, referencing not my my latest assignment for university. Sent it off. I was feeling not as confident as I think my first one, but I was still feeling fairly good about it. And I got my mark back today, which is the Friday. And if you wouldn't mind sparing me just a couple of minutes, I am very confused, a little bit angry and a little bit upset to the score and the reasoning behind the score that I've been given. So much for that I have contested it. I have asked for further feedback because what my tutor has said does not make sense. So I don't know how much, I can't really say an awful lot about the TMA, but I can give you a bit of a brief overview without giving away too many answers or anything like that, in case anyone else does this module in the future. So my TMA basically was I had to create a PowerPoint regarding one of the areas in my module. That's the bit that I can't really cover. It was aimed at local volunteers of a charity, and I had to present it to an event, at an event to these people. I went to a very specific tutorial that was solely focused on that assignment, where the tutors really go through it with you, saying what they're expecting to see. I find those tutorials really helpful because in a very roundabout way, they're kind of giving you the answer. So it gives you a lot of enlightenment as to what is needed. They tell you the marking scheme and things like that. So it's very, very helpful. And if you are a university student watching this and you don't attend your lectures or tutorials, whatever they're called, you probably should, because they do help you. Anyway, so I was feeling pretty happy after watching my tutorial, felt fairly confident about it. Really enjoyed the tutorial, did it. And everything that the tutor said in that tutorial, who isn't actually my tutor, he was another local tutor. Basically, all the advice that he told me turns out to be wrong. So, I have expressed my concerns because I have now received, it's not a super low score, it's above average, which is good, and I obviously I've passed and passed by some margin. But for me, it's a super low score, and pretty much now, because of this score, I have literally zero chance now of getting a first for this module, which is a massive bummer in my eyes, because I was really desperately hoping to get a first this year, and now I can't because a tutor told me all the wrong advice for this TMA. So, to give you some clarification, the tutor in the tutorial said that PowerPoints should be more of a prompt to the writer, because obviously all your information is going to be in your script. So it's more of just like a bullet pointed prompt list of the areas that you want to cover when you're speaking. That's what he said. The tutor marking my essay, my assignment, my PowerPoint, said that my PowerPoint should have been written in sentences, not in bullet points. So I had apparently quite a few marks deducted off because of that. My tutor doing the tutorial said that it should not be seen or written as an essay. I'm in psychology, so a lot of my essays are, very for and against, sort of like evaluation argument typed essays. You pick a topic and it's like, what are the pros about this topic? What are the cons about this topic? It's all of that kind of stuff. And the tutor in the tutorial was very adamant, saying this is not an essay. Do not write it like an essay. Do not say it like an essay. This is more of an informative piece where you're literally just sharing information about this topic. You're not trying to scare people away or anything like that. You're literally just explaining the topic and then giving them recommendations on how they could incorporate it. So I wrote it like that, and apparently it should have been like an essay. So again, I've contested that point. And then the third piece was that she told me that I didn't use any of the material from the textbook or the our online virtual learning platform, even though in the piece she told me that I referenced the textbook too much. So again, she has deducted points off me for not using enough material from the Open University, even though, and I've pretty much spelled it out for her, saying this is from the textbook, this is from the textbook, this is from online, this is from another website, this is my independent research source. And I've shown her all the places where actually I have used the information, and I said, quite frankly, what else can I actually include here without going super off topic? So I asked her to go through with it with me, because I said, quite frankly, I now feel very concerned and nervous to attend any more tutorials, because apparently the stuff that they're teaching in tutorials isn't correct, which I think is a fair enough comment. You're going tutorials for help, and if the help is wrong, what are you supposed to do? So I have been very concerned about that. Anyway, I got a reply saying, nope, sorry, basically I'm too busy. Like, you're supposed to be my lecturer, you're supposed to be my tutor, you're supposed to help your students. So if she keeps up that attitude, I may have to put a complaint against her, which is annoying because I have already had to complain against one tutor for a very similar attitude of, no, basically I'm here just to mark, I'm not here to help you. And that was a very stressful experience with that tutor as well, and I really did not want this tutor to be the same, but here we are. I'm not very happy with that attitude. It annoys me because there'd be other people who wouldn't care about their score, they just want a piece of paper at the end of it just to say yay, they've got something. Whereas I really care about my education, and I really care about how well I do, and I really want to improve. I absolutely love learning, and so I always thought that teachers and tutors liked people who took their education seriously, and yet unfortunately every time I ask for help or for clarification I just get shot down. I've only had one super amazing tutor at the OU in the levels that really matter. Level 1, both of my tutors were really nice, but unfortunately those modules don't really count for anything. They will not be taken into account for my results. They're literally pointless modules, and they're literally just there to get you in, that's it. So for the modules that actually matter, I've only had one decent tutor so far, which really saddens me because I thought the Open University was amazing. And now I'm kind of just getting, again, just like the doctors, I'm just getting pushed to the side. So yeah, that's my mini rant about my uni mark today, because it's actually kind of really upset me. And I don't even think it's the score necessarily that's upset me the most. It's the reaction from my tutor that I got after it. That's what's really peeved me off. Right, so now that I've finished just putting down all the basics, we now actually get stuck into the actual planning. So this week, not an awful lot is majorly happening, and I do have a couple of events, but nothing too major. So I'm going to start with work. So I've got a couple of these like work flags that I need to use up because they've been sitting in my sticker book for ages. So I'm going to mix them up with the purples and the blues. And I'm going to put one on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I work every single day, but I don't know if you remember from my previous plan with me's, Tuesday and Thursdays I kind of dedicate more to physical work, whereas Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays are very computer heavy work. So I put them on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Then I also need to mark down that I've got orders to make. Although I've got some flags. I could do orders with flags, couldn't I? That would make sense. So I'm going to do that on Tuesday and then one again on Thursday to mark orders. And that is pretty much, I think, everything that I'm going to mark for work this week. This year I really want to make sure that my planning isn't super work heavy, because I want it to make sure that I've got space for personal things and all of that. So, and anything other work stuff, obviously that's why I've got checklists, so I can put smaller things in there. I've got nothing money related to do. Study, I have got obviously study things I need to get done. I am supposed to be going to a full day lecture tomorrow, so Saturday the 14th, but I'm not going to go just because my son is still very up and down when it comes to... Oh dear, what was I going to do? Right, yeah, that's it. When it comes to health, my son is still very up and down. And I can't remember if I spoke about this last week, but where my tutorial will be held, I would actually be having to travel for quite some time, and I'd end up being away from home for about 7 hours, which with a poorly baby is not really ideal. So I have cancelled that, which my tutor probably is not going to like me for, but you know, family comes first. So I've done study flags for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. These will be my university focus days. I have a study thing up there because I do want to study something every single day. But my specific uni days are focused on Tuesday, Thursday and then the weekend. So that's the reason why I have done that. Okay, other things. Right, so I'm going to try and use some of these icons up a little bit. I'm going to pop this envelope down on the Friday. I'm going to mark that here. I'm going to make sure that all posts again is sent on Friday for my shop. Any other business owners, I don't know if you have already seen, but I thought it might be worth a shout. All international orders from Royal Mail are no longer being sent because they've had an issue. So if you've not yet seen that, you might want to be careful because it is impacting me, sadly. It's a bit, well, it's not even a bit, it's very, very annoying. So yeah, it's not good. So I do hope that Royal Mail fix that because I need to get my orders out. Okay, so I've done another flag on Monday because I just remembered that I also need to send sub boxes out on Monday. And seeing as I'm using flags for shop related stuff, it makes sense. Okay, other things. Right. Wednesday for me needs to be a massive wash day because we are going away this weekend, and I'll explain that obviously in just a second. I also need to make sure that the rubbish goes out because I usually do that on a Sunday and I'm not going to be here on a Sunday. So I'm probably going to mark it on Thursday instead. Make sure that it's done, ready for the Friday and the weekend. That would make sense. Okay, other things. And I just thought that probably should be Thursday as well. I might not have time to do that on the Friday. Okay, please don't rip. Please don't rip. You can do it, envelope. Yay! Thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Okay. done. Other things, probably not going to need any of the other stickers from this one. So let's consult my other sticker books quick, and then we are finished. So I've got my health, hobbies and inspirational planner, which is actually helpful because that means I can use my mood tracker that I said I was going to find eventually. So there we go. I also need a bath sticker for Friday. I might do it as I might pop self-care down instead, because I need to make sure that I'm fully prepared, ready for the weekend. So it's probably going to be more than just, you know, a quick in and out of the bath. I'll probably like shave my legs or something, might even do something nice with my hair, who knows. Okay, and then other things. So I do need to film my plan with me, which I probably will have. Oh, that's going to be way too big. Way too big. Okay, not using a flat lay this week. Oh, this is pretty. This would look good. Planner time, and it's foiled. Perfect. Right. I do need to film actually on Tuesday. I should have picked a sticker up for that. Okay, what other things do I need to put down? Right, so other things I do need to do. I do need to sort out my fridge freezer. That is actually a massive job. I might do that on Monday. It feels like a very beginning of the week thing. So I'm going to do that. I also need to put clothes away. So I might do that on the Tuesday. Let's just cover these lines super quick so I know they're done. And I've just realised just how wonky that is. Wow, let's just fix that quick. And it has ripped to the paper. This is something I was talking about last plan with me. This paper seems so, I want to say fragile. I don't mean to be like rude, but it's very fragile. I need to put clothes away. Okay, anything else? I don't think so. I might treat myself actually to a Costa on Tuesday. So I'll pop a little mug there, which just leaves Thursday. I've got some space, and I want to do some. I need to do something nice. What should we do that's nice? I need to sort out my stickers. That's a good idea. Okay, so Thursday's going to be a super fun hobby day, and we'll do some organising of the stickers. Perfect. Right, which just leaves the weekend, and the reason why I've left that last is because we're going away. So we are going to go and see my grandparents. We have not seen them since last year. I love all the way throughout January. I love using the oh, I've not seen you since last year, making it sound like it's been, you know, like 11 months or something. And in reality it's only been a month. But yeah, we are going to go and see my grandparents. We didn't actually get to spend Christmas with them this year. They didn't come down, so we are going to go and have Christmas Day with them, if that makes sense. A month later we're going to see them on the Saturday. So probably should mark down gifts really somehow, shouldn't I? I don't know how to do that. But yeah, just to clear up any confusion, I will be taking my textbook with me so I can read it at night time, because they do go to bed a lot earlier than I do, so I'm just going to take the opportunity to get some reading done, catch up on my textbook a bit. Okay, and then Sunday, I don't know what we're doing because of the potential snow. So what I might do is leave Saturday and Sunday blank and then back plan it when I come home. Just because I don't know what the weather's doing there. And I don't know when we will be leaving, what we'll be doing when we get there. So it's all very higgledy-pickledy at the moment. So I think that's going to be the end of my plan with me. As I said, not an awful lot major is happening. The only massive event is this weekend. But it has meant that I can stagger in a few extra jobs like cleaning the fridge and just decluttering. January is such a massive declutter month for me, so I get to get all that done. So yeah, that'll be it, I think. I hope you really enjoyed this plan with me. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment down below. And until next time, bye guys.